the week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Three, two, one.
And good afternoon, guys. Welcome na naman sa isang coverage ng Midnight Mayhem for the International 10. And ito kasama ko si Sir G dito, paring Sir G.
Yo!
Yon. So kanina nakasama ni Sir G is one of our casters din from Midnight Mayhem, si Papi Han. So ngayon ako naman ang papalit, and this is gonna be a very very crucial match for T1. Although sa side ng Thunder Predator, wala na tayong hingin sa Thunder Predator. They're already eliminated. Sure na sila for $100,000, pero 5 million pa rin yun, Brad. Kumbaga, kulelat ka sa TI pero 5 million, Brad. Gaano kasarap yun, di ba?
Sarap naman nun. Kaya nga pinag-uusapan natin off-stream kanina, ilang piecing malulupit yan or kung ano mang assets ang pwede nilang bilhin. But not bad. I mean, for Thunder Predator, kahit sila ay unang matatanggal.
Exactly, no? Pero for T1, let me just explain to you guys kung bakit crucial to for the side of T1, no? T1 actually is 8-6 currently, okay? Tie with Evil Geniuses and Team Undying for the 4th place. Ngayon, guys, sa mga hindi ko nakakaalam, no, bakit crucial to? Kasi they're still in contention for the upper bracket. Anong advantage pag nasa upper bracket? You have automatic nasa taas ka na and hindi ka agad malalaglag. Kumbaga, kung matalo ka sa upper bracket, lalaglag ka sa lower bracket. So what happened here is that Evil Geniuses, itong T1 and Team Undying are all 8-6 right now on the score. So kung ma-0-2 ng Thunder Predator ang T1, okay, manalo ng dalawang sunod ang Thunder Predator sa T1 ngayon, that's gonna be automatic T1 on the lower bracket for the main stage. Okay? Now, paano kung 1-1? Kuya Graham, 1-1, it depends, no? Kung 1-1 ang T1, okay, and yung maglalaban kasi, ang currently na naglalaban din ngayon is EG and Undying, which is yung katay ng T1 sa 4th place, no? Kung mag 1-1 ng T1 and mag 2-0 alinman sa EG and Undying, kung sino yung nag 2-0, siya yung 4th place. That's an automatic 4th place, so automatic upper bracket yun. But if nag 1-1 ng T1 and nag 1-1 ang Evil Geniuses at Team Undying, there's gonna be a triple tie wherein ikakas natin mamaya yan yung mga tiebreakers sa coverage after the 3rd series. Okay? The best scenario for T1 right now is ma-2-0 nila ang Thunder Predator and mag-0 and mag 1-1 ang EG Undying. That's the best scenario. Paano kung nag 2-0 ang T1, Boss Graham, tapos yung Evil Geniuses or Team Undying, isa sa kanila naka 2-0. There's gonna be still a tiebreaker for the 4th place mamaya. Okay? So let's hope for the best, and ang pinaka-importante dito pre for T1, dapat makapag 2-0 sila ngayon.
I see. So talagang hapit pala ang gagawin na laro dito ng T1 squad natin. So I hope that we can see some explosive plays again, kagaya nung kahapon na ginawa ni Kuku. But then again, Sir Graham, eto meron na pala tayong mga bans and picks. So ano bang masasabi natin dito sa mga info na meron na tayo ngayon?
T1, Crystal Maiden, I believe nagamit ito ni Carl kahapon. And then Treant Protector, very aggressive support duo to, no? Treant Protector can just protect the lanes at the same time. He can go aggressive and scout yung mga heroes, no? Yeah, Monkey King has been banned basically. Pero kasi Treant Protector is one of the best counter for Monkey King. At the same time naman, Earth Spirit and Legion Commander, Legion Commander mostly parang Sir G is being played as pos 5 right now. Notably si No Tail, no, on the position 5. So sobrang solid yan. Let's see how Thunder Predator would be using that one, and then Lina, that would be for Carl possibly. Malaking chance na si Carl 'to mukhang, ang, lagnat sisters ang aabutin, lamig at init 'no? Sakit talaga ang aabutin mo diyan.
10 seconds
Well,
remaining.
maganda talagang pick dito si Lina. I mean, I would agree na this is
5
one of
seconds remaining.
Carl's good or best heroes na meron siya sa pool niya. And ito kasi talagang pwede siyang mag-scale up talaga dun sa full right clicker, di ba, Sir Graham?
Turn to pick.
Yes, exactly. That's how you do it with Lina right now. Although you could actually put it at a pos 4, pero I don't think with the Crystal Maiden Treant Protector opening ng T1, mostly pos 1 na to or pos 2 na tong si Lina, no? At the other hand, Thunder Predator, Elder Titan, and Morphling. I'm not quite sure about the
10
Morphling
seconds
pick.
remaining.
There's a lot of counters coming in, no? Masyadong maaga yung
5
Morphling
seconds
pick, I think,
remaining.
kasi you could counter a lot of heroes, you could build around Morphling against Morphling. So I'm not quite sure about Thunder Predator.
Well, Sir Graham, ito lang din yung tanong ko kasi 'di ba since nauuso ulit itong rather nauuso yung LC na post 5. But we saw a pick ng Elder Titan. So which is which ba? Will Elder Titan shoulder the position 3 or si Legion Commander kaya ang mag-o-off lane dito? I'm just,
Um,
not matter.
yeah, mostly Elder Titan position 3 to.
Hmm.
You have the Earth Spirit, which is the very common position 4. Hindi mo yan ipo-position 5 kasi position 4, Earth Spirit is the best so far kasi makakapag-roam siya around the map. Elder Titan is very strong on the off lane. So looking at it or basing at it, mostly, this is gonna be an LC position 5.
Thunder Predators turn to
Uy! Spectre!
Oh, nice. I like the pick. I like the pick for T1. Again, this is 23 Savage, and we're gonna see mostly kung hindi Echo Saber Aghanims, possibly Echo Saber Diffusal
10
Aghanims into a
seconds
Manta,
remaining.
or Echo Saber Aghanims Manta. Yun yung pathway kasi
5
ng item
seconds
ng Spectre
remaining.
ngayon eh. And sa mga hindi nakakaalam, ano ba meron sa Aghanims ni Spectre? Spectre is actually kung yung sa Aghanims niya has a single target hunt, basically, no? Anong special doon? Very low cooldown. So hindi siya tulad dati, Sir G, na parang hihintayin mo yung cooldown ni Spectre bago siya makalaban. Ngayon, fight, fight, fight ang dating ng T1 dito. You have Treant Protector, Crystal Maiden, and Lina. Wherein, ano yan, kahit si Lina walang Laguna Blade, he can fight. You with the stun, right clicks, and all, makakalaban yan eh. Pero with Spectre right here, mas pinalakas pa nila yung fighting chance nila
T1's
at
turn to
every
ban.
point of the game. Imagine si Spectre, no? 20 seconds lang, Brad. 20 seconds lang ang cooldown ng
Grabe.
kanyang single target. So, mga 2.5 hunt yun bago matapos talaga yung cooldown ng hunt.
10
Well,
seconds
another thing
remaining.
is just to add on is again the global presence, alam naman natin, but again the Trent
5
Spectre
seconds
din,
remaining.
like if
Turn to
may go
ban.
Spectre kahit wala dun si Trent, we all know na may sustain siya kahit sa malayo.
Exactly. Treant Protector is very good on protecting towers, no? Hindi lang towers, syempre, pati heroes. So, I think dito natin makikita talaga yung strength ni Treant Protector. Also, it's very
10
good against Earth
seconds
Spirit and
remaining.
Morphling kasi meron siyang root, yung ulti niya, that can hold both of
5
these very
seconds
mobile teams
remaining.
for heroes.
Okay? So I think ang kulang na lang na hero dito, Sir Graham, ng Thunder Predator. Are we expecting a Morphling mid or middle hero ba ang kulang natin?
That I'm not quite sure kasi Thunder Predator can play this as mid. Although I usually see Morphling right now as mid sa ongoing sa TI, no? Pero when it comes to Thunder Predator, hindi ko alam eh. Hindi ko pa mabasa yung
T1's turn
draft
to
nila.
ban.
TNC T1 is actually trying to predict that this Morphling would be a safe lane Morphling kasi they're banning mid laners right now.
Storm Spirit, yung pinakahuling ban nila, and they have their last bans here. And I think, yun
10
nga, yun ang tingin
seconds
nila na
remaining.
mid-hero yung gagamitin. So I think they'll be banning another mid-hero.
5 seconds remaining.
Samantala on the side naman of T1, kulang sila ng offlaner. I mean, naban yung Tide, so Elder Titan is right there. I'm not quite sure sinong available offlane hero pang pwede.
Magnus,
Yeah, for T1, no? Medyo wala na rin yung Balanar, wala na yung Vengeful Spirit. So yung mga common na mid lane or common na off laners na meron tayo na ban na halos ng Thunder Predator.
I think Magnus is a good pick to, to amplify din yung farm capability ni Spectre para mas maaga lalo siya mag-offline. Pero tingnan natin kung anong pipiliin ni Kuko dito, ni Captain Boss.
I think I would play around Magnus ES. Yung dalawa lang na yun, no? Those heroes come to my mind right here. But let's see. Thunder Predator, sinong magiging mid lane nila? Possibly an Ember Spirit, I would say. Mapipick ng Thunder Predator, yeah.
Okay.
So, tingnan natin, no? By the way, guys, sa mga hindi pa nakapag-share ng stream dyan, please do share the stream. There's a lot to watch up dito. And sa mga hindi pa nakapag-follow sa Midnight Mayhem, follow nyo na rin ang Midnight Mayhem, syempre.
Alright, yep.
Yan. So, just waiting for the last pick of Thunder Predator. I'm thinking it's gonna be either Ember, Medusa, yun lang eh. TA is gonna be a possible pick dito, pero let's see. BK. Oh, this is quite new. Yeah, go ahead, Sir G.
Ay, sorry. Mig DK po ito, ano? That's actually a question. Sorry po, medyo mahina pala yung mic. Wait, check. Ayan.
I think so. Kasi hindi mo siya position 1. Although, unkillable naman ang Dragon Knight dito and position 1 eh. Pero, I'm not quite sure about the mid lane matchup against Lina. Yeah, you have the Dragon Blood, but still, ispaman ka lang na Lina ng skill niyan eh. At level 6, medyo, I don't know, mag-gank ka lang. Very prone to gank itong si Dragon Knight kasi wala naman escape mechanism to eh. Unless magkaroon siya ng Necrophos! Nice counter. I like this from T1.
This is for the Morphling, Sir Graham, ano po?
Morphling, Dragon Knight, and Legion Commander. Doon sa tatlo.
Nice.
Very good counter against these 3 heroes. Bakit siya counter kay Legion Commander? If alanganin yung buhay ni Legion Commander tapos nag-duel siya, or kahit puno actually, no? I would say Laguna Blade, ulti patay ang Legion Commander. Same with Morphling and Dragon Knight, no? Necrophos is a very good counter against high HP heroes kasi yung ulti niya is HP based yung bawas eh. So the less HP you have, the higher chance na mamamatay ka. And yun yung strength do itong mga heroes like Morphling and Dragon Knight na they can stay on a match or on a clash kahit maliit na lang yung buhay nila.
That's actually a good pala. Well, this is the first time na marinig ko yung ganong analysis and I'm still learning but that's good. Eto, baka na tayo dito mga ma'am at sir. And sa mga bet lords dyan, if you want to check out yung rivalry.com, meron siyang bet, well, we have this parang kagaya ng, you can just type rivalry.com/mmph and kung may katanungan kayo, you can PM the page. And we have the support group para assist you with the matters na gusto nyo malaman.
Grabe, no? May support group of Midnight Mayhem. Ganyan kayo kalakas sa Midnight Mayhem, guys. May support group, diba? Para sa mga simbahan lang yan, diba? Sa mga simbahan, may support group eh. Mga, tsaka yung sa mga nagte-therapy, diba? May support group sila. Dito lang kayo makakita ng mga bet lords na may support group, diba? Ganyan katigas ang Midnight Mayhem. Okay, and here we go, guys. T1 versus itong Thunder Predator. Pero bagong lahat, let's go with the predictions muna. Team with the most kills at the game end. T1 yan. Very aggressive kasi yung T1. Player with the most kills at 10 minutes. Sa tingin mo, parang Sir G, sino kaya, no?
I'm thinking Lina. Just
possibly. Oo. I think I would go with Lina as well, no? Player with the highest total magic or pure damage is gonna be Necrophos.
Necro, okay. Same.
Halos lahat yan, player who places the most observer warbs by 15 minutes.
Either CM sir or either CM or Elder Titan. But I'll go with CM knowing
I'll go with Zephyr.
Alright.
Ay, ano pala? Kasi makakapag-push siya ng mga wards along the map eh.
Alright. Alright.
Okay. There you go, guys. So again, pakilala mo natin both teams, no? On the side of Thunder Predator, we had MJZ on that Elder Titan, MNZ on that Morphling, si Leo Style on the Dragon Knight, si Moose naman will be going with the Earth Spirit, and si Frank will be taking that Legion command.
Alright, sa side naman dito ng T1, so it's Kuku for Necropost, Carl para kay Carlina, Whitemon for Crystal Maiden, Sepper para kay Trend Protector, and 23 Savage para kay Spectre.
Exactly. And ito na nga, no, guys. We're actually looking at the match right now. Again, this is a very decisive match for T1. No? Sobrang kaabang-abang ito, no. Hopefully, manalo ang T1 dito, no. Sana ma 2-0 nila to. So,
Pare, tanong ko lang, like in terms of laning, lagi ko itong tinatanong kanina, lalo na sa mga experienced casters. In terms of laning, ito, alam naman natin na kailangan maunahan talaga or ng pambubuli dito si Morphling. But, can Necro do the job? Like Necro and Trend Protector, can they do the job of neutralizing Morphling para makaabante sa farm in this early phases?
I think not on the early game. This is very malabo on the early game kasi wala naman talaga silang kill potential eh. You would look at it as, ano bang kayang gawin ng dalawang to? And the thing is, on Zephyr, on Trend Protector, and Necrophos, mostly ano lang yan eh, tatambay lang, i-secure lang ni Zephyr yung farm niya. Yan, i-zone out lang itong si si Morphling. But other than that, no, wala silang kill threat talaga eh. Wala silang burst or big spells unless mag-overcommit yung Thunder Predator dito.
Noted. And dito medyo delikado dito si Frank, but Frank prompting yung kanyang press the attack and medyo safe siya dito. But Whitemon iniispatan pa rin siya dito, kinukulit siya dito, and Frank nagtatago siya dito sa 3 lines.
Ito yung kung sa baba walang kill potential, etong sa taas ang malakas ang kill potential. You have the slow from 23 Savage, you have the freeze ni CM, and also the slow. And what also helps against for Spectre is that yung mana regen ni CM. Kasi that's one of the biggest problem ni Spectre eh. Kaya ka nagbi-build ng Echo Saber kay Spectre is to cover yung mana problem ni Spectre. Kasi at the end of the day, your Spectral Dagger will be your main farming tool.
I agree. Well, I do play spec sometimes and yun lang din talaga. Kaya yung iba, they opt out with the Falcon. But that's the first blood drawing by Kuku dito kay MJC. Nakakapag-isip.
Yun yung sinasabi ko. Nag-overcommit doon I think gusto talaga nila makuha yung first blood kay Zephyr. Pero parang nawala ata sa isip nila na may heal itong si Kuku, no? So, bursting down either of the two heroes, and even look at it, Kuku and itong si Zephyr is diving the towers right here. They're so confident kasi, bakit? May heal si Kuku eh, may sustain. May early sustain si Kuku eh. So, they really can't punish etong lane ni Kuku and Zephyr. Sabi ko nga kanina, the only time na makakakuha ng kill etong si Kuku and Zephyr is pag nag-overcommit etong Thunder Predator, which what happened with MJ doon.
And level 2 na din dito, partner, ang Death Pulse ni Kuku. So medyo maiilang siya ditong lumapit ng konti kay Necropos. While new-utilize siya. At ito may ikot dito sa Earth Spirit and medyo delikado si Zephyr and Zephyr will fall. Nakastick ni Kuku, but Kuku running tatlong hero dyan. TP sa tatlong hero. I think Kuku will survive.
Nice presence of mind by Kuku right there to reposition near the tower. Pero imagine, pre, no? Yeah, that was a good kill for a support. But at the end of the day, you actually rotated your position for hero down to the off lane, which is a scenario na medyo kailangan nilang bawiin to. No, kasi if you would look at the top lane right now, alanganin, look how far the lane is pushed for Spectre and CM, no? And I think that's not a good, although yan, napatay nila and nakanakaw sila. I think ito na makakabawi sila sa gold, no? Nakadakaw ng rune itong CS. Pero other than that, that was not the ideal rotation para dito sa side ng Thunder Predator.
Dito ng last hits, eto, medyo lamang si Kuko ng konti. And medyo hindi naman ganun kalayo because they are only separated by one last hit. So medyo man sila din. Pero low si Leo style dito. Top naman natin si Frank. Yun nga, kagaya nung ine-explain kanina ni Sir Graham is naiwan dito ni ES si Frank. But the thing is that kaya yata mag-hold up ni Frank for now since meron din siyang sustain. Pero ito, ini-snipe ni Whitemon ang kanyang courier and that's a courier dead. for the side of Thunder Predator.
Pero ito si Kuku is being gone on dito sa may bottom lane, but I think Kuku will not die right here again. The sustain is there. So walang gagawin ito, no? Unless you have a burst, pero itong si Earth Spirit is just on the side. Tignan natin kung mag-over aggression ba itong T1, but no. No, ang ganda ng discipline na pinapakita dito, pero Moose will now come in, push back into the tower, but the heal again, the sustain coming in from Kuku will be enough, no, to disengage that possible clash.
Well, actually, hindi pa nga naglalagay ng living armor dito si Trend Protector because of Kuku's heal. Pero mamaya, mas bossy din ang una. But ito, nakaka-sleep dito si Kuku. Ang jump here by Earth Spirit and Kuku nasipa. Kuku medyo delikado. Kuku will fall here for, I guess, pero hindi. Right pa doon si Elder Titan and they turn it double kill. At ito pa si Morphling, medyo delikado pa. Oh my God, Kuku with the explosion place. Kuku, I think Kuku is doing it. Can they burst him though? No. Medyo nagprompto pero umaasim si MNC. Grabe sir yung ginagawa ni Kuku na place dito.
That's not how you dive in etong Necrophos, no. Necrophos shouldn't be dove in kasi that's what they do. Itong number 1 na asset ni Necrophos is yung kanyang sustain, no? And parang ganyan, they're diving in Kuku again, but this is not gonna be a kill. No, mahirapang makapatay pero ito Kuku might be in danger. Pero again, no, the sustain coming in from Kuku's, isipin mo Brad, nakailang attempts na siya. Di ba? Nakailang attempts na yung Thunder Predator. But nothing succeeded yet.
Grabe. Like, uy, medyo delikado si 23 Savage dito. Medyo malayo siya. Spectre Dagger was casted, but ayun, medyo safe siya doon since nakakadaan na siya sa terrain because of the dagger effect.
Yes, exactly. No? Pero iniwan na nga dito ni CM. No? I think CM will try to rotate down to the mid lane, into the bottom lane kung hindi siya mag-i-stack. Those are the options ni CM ngayon. And I think CM did a very good job of recognizing that etong si LC is ahead in levels. So ay kailangan kong iwan muna itong si 23 Savage para masolo niya yung levels niya kasi he can sustain himself eh. May dagger in naman siya pero ito delikado ata eh. Itong Zephyr right there. Mamamatay ba? No. On the tree line right now, on the tower, and again, not a kill para sa side ng Thunder Predator.
Well, hindi na yata siya mag-Echo Saver. Opted out with the Falcon Blade instead. Irerekta the threads. Kagaya ng sinabi niya para makasama agad siya sa teamfight for 20 seconds cooldown.
Exactly. Pero ito, although when it comes to last hits naman, nakakapag-last hit naman ng maayos itong si 23 Savage, just securing those long-range creeps with that yung kanyang Spectral Dagger. Pero to Carl just behind the tier 1 tower, na-realize niya na wala si mid lane dito or si Dragon Knight. So he's taking the chance to farm etong jungle nila pero makikita pa ata. Etong si Moose, wala kang mana for Laguna Blade, but I think this won't be a kill for Carl and magdi-disengage siya lang siya dito.
Well, si Carl, sir, hindi pa siya masyado umiikot, but then, masakit din kasi talaga yung game niya, lalo pag nakuha yung key item siya. There's a case na nakawon sila dito ng Arcane Room.
On the other side, no, Thunder Predator is doing a good job of really, sustaining etong mga roots nila, pero that is the counter na sinasabi ko. Normally, you wouldn't see Morphling die on that situation, but because of 23 Savages, or itong kay Kuku na ulti, automatic low HP Morphling, patay ka kahit nag-regen ka pa.
At ito, wrong side of the map din ang ikot dito ni MJC and MJC with the stomp. But I think MJC mega kill for Kuku at 8 minutes and 43 seconds in the game.
Pero on the other side naman, 23 Savage right now, battling 2 heroes ng Thunder Predator, pero TP now coming in. Here comes Trend Protector, tingnan natin kung ano may tutulong niya, but no, they can't kill. Etong si 23 Savage, instead na itong si Zephyr will just stay on the 3 line, provide support, pero yan, nagpakita na nga siya dito, no? And I think this is gonna be hard for starting right now. 9 minutes into the game, you have 6 deaths on the side of Thunder Predator. Kailangan mabigyan talaga ng space. I think Thunder Predator right now needs to create space para dito sa side ni Morphling. Morphling is just right now a liability for the side of Thunder Predator.
Malayo lang ako ng konti, Agent Krea. Medyo interesting ang item of choice dito ni Legion Commander because some offlaners would rush into a dagger, but Legion Commander opted out for an early Armlet of Mordigan. Wala siyang boots. Armlet of Mordigan lang yung kinuha.
I think this is for sustain. na-realize na siguro na sobrang sakit ng damage coming in from the side of T1 na to the point na hindi ko kaya nang wala akong sustain, no? And I think more on the strength and of course yung region din na nabibigay. Pero 26 damage now coming in. Duel will come in right now. Tignan natin. There goes your root. That's again a big counter dito. Pero here comes Kuko now TPing in. Thunder Predator Frank might be danger. Yes, he will die. Again, the sustain. The tankiness of T1 just providing them what they need to live in the game.
Sobrang ganda nung nangyari ng sequence na yun because when Kuku came in, meron pa palang leech seed na nagbibigay ng paunti-unting HP dito kay Spectre. And the overgrowth was very on point dun sa nangyari na yun.
Exactly, no? This is gonna be very interesting to see kung anong gagawin ng Thunder Predator dito. And eto na nga, 23 Savage now trying to farm 10 minutes into the game. And you would see unti-unti, no? I think there would be some kind of rotation na coming in for both sides. And ito na nga, pumusisyon na si Whitemon tsaka si T1, ay si Carl at tsaka si Kuko dito to get the mid tower.
By the way, Carl already got his BOT at meron pa siyang haste move. Magiging active siya dito.
Oo, pero delikado pa ata itong remove. This is gonna be a quick kill. Earth Spirit will go down. And again, to no avail pa rin ang ginagawa ng Thunder Predator dito. This is starting to look like a stomp for T1.
Yes, and natin partida sir, nakikita yung ikot ni Carl. And Carl, ito, masyado mabilis. Lightning McQueen build at naka-stun pa niya dito si DK. DK Major, na-root siya dito, na-puli siya dito ng TM. And that's a kill for Kuku. Hindi nila tinipid. Binigay pa rin ng Reaper kahit alam nila na pwede silang mapatay doon nang walang ulti.
Plus, they took yung jungle camps dito, no? And they're gonna go straight for mukhang gustong maghapunan ng maaga nitong T1, no? They're gonna go straight for tier 1 tower on the top lane, paring Sir G.
Radiant's top tower is under
Question is, can TP still turn this around lalo pag naka-farm si Morphling? But anyway, Morphling nandito, sinasabayan si Spectre. Pero strength attribute shift, yun ang gagawin niya para siya ay makasustain din. But then again, nag-back dito si Spectre dahil medyo delikado yun. Pero anyway,
Although, on the other side, no? Nakapatay na naman ang T1 dito. That's gonna be 12-1 kill score right now. Elder Titan, Thunder Predator, unti-unting lumiliit yung mundo nila. If you would look at the map right now, they're just contained on the lower half of the map, no? Medyo nagwawalan sila ng galaw dito for Thunder Predator.
and yun nga, resulta na din siguro nun sir, yung top 3 networks natin ay nasa side dito ng T1. Medyo mahirap si Morphling at number 4. And yung DK naman nila is at number 5.
And if you would look at no, yung top 3 network na galing sa T1 and ang layo ni Morphling. This is not a good sign for Morphling kasi normally may kita mo si Morphling dapat ahead siya or kung hindi man ahead, is one of the top networks eh. Pero titignan mo yung Lina and Necrophos, ang layo, no? Ang layo ng pagitan, ang layo ng agwat kay Morphling dito.
Well, eto nga sir, kaka-check ko lang din ng POV dito ni Necropos. Kuku was about to buy the urn, pero pinaltan niya. Ito, irerekta niya na ng, tawag dito, ng fight. Hindi na siya nag-earn.
Oh, pero ito, smoke play coming from Thunder Predator. Tingnan natin kung may mahuhuli ba sila dito, no? Although umiikot dito, Spectre is actually on the side at nakikita nila to. Spectre right now will be gone on, pero tatakbo si Spectre dito. Will it be available? Pero ito na nga, the hunt coming in, confusing, and the T1 will actually finish. Etong mga nagbabanta kay Spectre, Leo style will definitely die right here. There you go, 2-1 or 2-0 ang exchange doon. That's a wasted smoke and a wasted rotation. Ang ganda sana ng pasok dito ni Earth Spirit, but then the damage is not enough para patayin etong si 23 Savage.
I think they're not done here, pero yun nga, just to point out, parang medyo wombo-combo yung dating kasi with the OG followed up by the freezing field, napakagandang tignan, kaya talagang na-fend off nila doon yung may gustong pumapak kay 23 Savage.
And ayun na nga, pare ko, medyo nahihirapan na ang Thunder Predator dito. 14-1 mga kaibigan. And this is, well, kanina pa naman nag-i-start na hindi maganda etong T1. Pero tingnan natin dito, delikado pa itong si MJZ, mahahabol kaya nila. And I think they will, no? They still have the, actually hindi na kailangan ng cross dito ni Whitemon, but still they're chasing Etong si MNZ, the stun will connect and mukhang mamamatay pa nga ata dito. Etong si Morphling, yes, he will die. LC right now will try to slow down or just get some speed right here. And tatakas na etong si...
Well, napansin ko lang din, partner, is automatic na talaga. Kumbaga, nire-reserve talaga ni Kuku yung kanyang karet dito kay Morphling.
Mostly you have two options lang for the ulti necro ulti. It's either Morphling or CDK. Those are the very good target for the necro ult. No, other than that wala na. No, those two are the very best target.
Nag-i-scout ng konti dito si Moose, pero eto na-spatan siya dito ni Carl, pero nasipa niya si Carl. Ulong palabas, pero I think i-go-go pa rin siya ni Carl. Carl, meron siya ditong light strike array available, pero magkoconnect na ng kanyang juke doon. Pero still, napakasakit ng si Carl.
Nako, Laguna Blade ba? Yes, it will, and Carl will secure the kill. Ito na lang Paragoy, no? Kung makikita mo yung level gap between all the heroes of T1 and Thunder Predator, makikita mo kung gaano kalala ang larong to para sa Thunder Predator. Hindi sila masaya dito, brad.
Totoo yan. And then just like that, Carl's 9-second BKB is now online. In 6
Exactly, no?
BKB siya, may AG siya, may BOT siya. Grabe, ano pang hihingin niya? Pwede na siya
Carl is... Oo nga eh. Carl is actually doing a good job right here, no? And ang nagbe-benefit talaga dito so far is si 23 Savage. 23 Savage is actually benefiting from this space na kine-create ni Carl, no? Alam nila na malakas si Carl eh. So, iiwasan nila to as much as possible. That will actually make space for 23 Savage to get his items further para mas mabilis yung pagkuha niya nung or pag-peak ng kanyang strength.
Sala yung Astral Stomp, but the Spirit is there to provide information. Naglalakad lang dito at pang ini-scout lang. But then again, information was given na may tatlong hero dito, pero ang hindi nila nakita is Whitemon is here. But I think Thunder Predator is now expecting na kumpleto na ang T1 dito.
Exactly, but the scan is actually there. Pero ito, nasa maling posisyon ata. Itong si MJZ, there goes your burst. The stun will not hit anyone though, but MJZ now trying to run out. But that Spectral Dagger will add to that pack of gold. The Spectre dito and mahuhuli pa ata. Finally, it's one Thunder Predator will get a kill. Pero mukhang pagbabayaran yun ni Frank with their life. And Frank now trying to run away. And that's gonna be another kill for Kuku now with a godlike streak, mga kaibigan.
Grabe. 9k gold lead, but the thing is that hindi lang din dyan yung istorya, kagaya ng sinabi kanina ng partner ko na yung map control na lang din. Nagagawan kasi sila kanina ng Deward, kaya ayun, medyo napamali siguro ng pwesto din doon si Elder Titan, kaya nahuli siya. But then again, T1 is doing it at the early phases of the game.
Exactly, no. And I just want to emphasize more on the map rotation na sinasabi ko kanina, no. If you would notice, Thunder Predator has Morphling and itong DK as their main damage heroes, no. These two heroes actually are very farm dependent. No, kailangan ng items ni Morphling, kailangan ng items ni DK. DK needs to have BKB, Dagger, maybe Shadow Blade into a Silver Edge. Morphling needs an Ethereal Blade. And these items are not cheap. Just to let you know, guys, mahirap i-farm to, and this is bad news for both the teams kung kukuha nila yung farm or kung hindi nila nakukuha yung tamang farm para sa kanila.
Well, item check tayo ng bahagya. Item dito ng DK natin so far ay may Blink Dagger na siya. I think T1 already is aware na may dagger na, pero nakuli dito sa Earth Spirit. Earth Spirit will fall sa kamay ni Whitemon. And even the supports of T1 has their own streak, and Whitemon had getting the killing spree streak dito sa laro natin na to.
I think this is just a downhill experience para dito sa Thunder Predator, no. 23 Savage have already completed his Aghanim Scepter. So kahit saan lumaban ng T1 ngayon around the map, makakapasok siya.
Hindi kaya maybe they lost some of their motivations to compete dahil alam nila na even if they win, they would still get the same thing na $100,000. So
yeah, siguro. You can actually put it that way. Pero Dota player ka eh. Sanay ka na dapat na nanalo ka sa MMR eh. Pero ito, Whitemon ata makakatakas dito. I don't think so. And Whitemon's gonna die right here. Pero going back to the thought na sinasabi ko kanina, no? Hindi talaga dapat ganon, hindi dapat ganon yung mangyari kay Elder Titan kasi dapat nakatakbo siya. Pero that's not a good thing and unti-unti, no? T1 right here is just getting the space around the map.
Radiant's top tower is under
Hindi
attack.
kagaya ng mga sacrifices talaga ni Notel na kahit mag 0-7, 0-5 siya, nabibigay ng mga kampi niya. Medyo reverse yung nangyayari. Namamatay dito ang supports ng Thunder Predator but the space is not present there. Si Moose, ito, nag-i-escape dito sa game.
Oh, and there goes her global presence na sinasabi ko kanina. Pero duel coming in for the side of Zina. This will disrupt etong match. Pero hindi ata mapapatay itong si Carl Carr right now. Will the BKB, will the damage come in? The age is actually just expired right now. Pero delikado pa rin. And there goes her sustain coming in by Kuku. Kuku now on the fray. Lalaban pa ata MNT trying to TP out. No, hindi siya makakatakas and Morphling will actually get killed. Including itong si Dragon Knight mga kaibigan. That's gonna be a 3-0 exchange. Even the Lina na sobrang lambot na pare ko eh. Hindi pa nila mapatay.
Sabi yung sustain ni Kuko, talagang pagdating ni Kuko, sige na, punuin na ulit natin yung buhay nyo. And that's another kill, off-cam kill dito para kay kay
my God.
MJC. 0-8 in this game.
Ang sakit tignan. Kung Thunder Predator fan ka, ang sakit tignan nito, no. This is just basically GG eh. I mean, anong magagawa mo? Morphling is not farmed. You know, very farmed itong si Kuku. Even, that was actually a good setup kanina for Thunder Predator eh. Nailabas nila lahat ng skills nila. The duel, na hold on itong si Lina. But ano nangyari? It's a 4-2 exchange in favor of T1. No, that's, I don't know pare, no. I cannot see this in the light of Thunder Predator.
Well, I just hope na medyo talagang step up na din ng T1 dito ang pag-take ng objective. But I guess eto, papunta na sila sa tier 2.
Oh
Medyo
my God.
konti, but eto na yung machine gun Lina na hinahanap natin. But eto, nakita nila si MJC with the hold and Laguna is there to finish the job. At nirarang si Carl ang tier 2 tower. I think they would call it early na ano, sir.
Radiant's
Hopefully,
middle
no.
tower is
Ayoko, alam mo yung patay na, bintumutong pa. Tama na. Huwag nyo pahirapan yung sarili nyo, parang awa nyo na.
are fortified.
Alam nyo yun? So, yun yung nakikita ko ngayon for Thunder Predator. Again, not to, not to say na mahinang Thunder Predator. Pero itong T1 talaga just evolved during this TI. And malakas talaga T1 ngayon eh.
Honestly, on the first days ng TI, lalo yung unang araw, I thought that TI would be eliminated very early. Pero grabe yung day 2 nila and day 3.
I mean, ganyan talaga T1 eh. If you would look at the playstyle ng T1 kahit sa Animator, kahit sa ESL 1.4, para silang diesel eh. Kailangan mo muna silang painitin bago gumana. And that's how you do it eh. Parang same thing with this one, no? Ganun talaga nangyari. I mean, sabi mo nag-struggle sila on the first day and after nun, no, when March figured everything out, and I think March is a very big factor for the side of T1. Nung na-figure out na lahat ni March, you know, the ball just kept on rolling nila.
Sana magkaroon din ng coaches ang Filipino teams kasi kagaya nga ng ina-explain niyo po ngayon na talagang that's one of the factor how to para makabangon sila dun sa slump na meron sila. I think, sa mga susunod na Filipino teams na magko-compete, I hope that they can get a proper coach or probably someone or the proper staff na pwedeng gabayan sila during the tournament.
And I would agree with you on that. I mean, I keep posting this on my page and on my personal Facebook profile. And sabi ko, I'm not denying the fact na malakas mag-Dota ang Pinoy. Pero the thing is, we don't have that strategy that other countries have. Alam mo yun, and people may hate me by saying this one, pero Filipino teams will never be very successful unless magkaroon sila ng international touch sa team nila. You know, maybe like a good captain or a good while everything is happening, no, T1 just killing it si Dragon Knight very casually. Pero going back on the thought, no, na parang hindi maging successful ang mga Filipino teams unless there is some kind of international touch on their teams, no? If you would look at TNC, lahat ng memorable runs nila, they have Jimmy Ho, si Demon, they have si Hin, and they have March. Pero I'm just asking you, and again, malalakas maglaro ang ng Dota ang mga Pilipino, no? Pero I'm asking you, pare Koy, ikaw, do you remember an all-Filipino team purely na pumalo internationally?
There was signs of brilliance on on the leagues na napanood natin over the past few years. Pero I would agree. But one thing that I remember is, I'm not sure if what TI is this, pero yung execration na naghahari sa lower level, lower bracket. But then, yun nga din, na fend off sila ng mga i-check, mga check. So, kinapos sila. But I really, sana magkaroon sila ng parang, parang dagdag flavor ba sa ating Filipino, Filipino, lineup na, i-consider sana nila.
Tama. And even nung round ng TNC with 1437 nung naging successful sila sa WESG, they have Kips as their analyst. No? So, it's always, no? And kung hindi pa natin nakikita yun, parang I don't know why, pero it's always like that, na laging may international touch ang mga successful runs dito. Pero, naku, itong si MNZ, maghihintay lang mag-debito, hindi pa nakakuha, pero naku, hindi na. Wala nang regen, Brad. Wala nang regen. Patay agad.
That's Aghanim Scepter for you. Grabe pala talaga. I mean, I never tried it before. I play Spectre, not all the time, but most of the time. But I think I'm considering really rushing for an Aghanims.
Exactly. Actually, ngayon lang yan nauso yung Aghanim na Spectre. Although it has been there, pero ngayon lang talaga na-highlight yan kasi nawala sa meta si Spectre due to the fact na laning heroes were not in meta for the past 2 patches. Mostly mga farming and jungling and stack taking heroes yan eh. Pero ngayon na naglabasan na yung mga lane dominating or yung mga may escape na mga heroes, no? Like ito si Spectre na may Spectral Dagger. Diyan lumabas yung mga possibilities na nangyari. And ako, I've tried this personally. Sabi nga ni Swarly, di ba, nung kausap ko kayo, na toxic ako maglaro ng offlane kasi I've been trying Spectre offlane and so far hindi pa ako natatalo sa pub.
Ayun na naman, tumalo na naman siya. Kakatalo niya lang dito kay Morphling at mayroon na agad silang nakita. So, lagi may +1 pagka may Aghanim si Spectre.
Oo. Always +1, no? And they can take a fight anywhere they want to, no? Yun yung maganda dun eh. And ang maganda pa dito for the Spectre Aghanim Scepter is that pag binato mo yung solo target nagbabato rin siya ng Spectral Dagger. Tapos pagka reality siya doon, you can throw another Spectral Dagger. Kaya if you would look at siguro yung pero ito tingnan natin, duel onto Lina, pero hindi ata mamatay itong si LC, no? Kuku right now, there goes your combo right in, pero walang namatay. For the side of T1, bukod dito kay CM, and I think it's GG. This is just straight up GG.
Well, another thing din pala, there was ngayon ko lang siya literal na nakita, like, it's been there, pero ngayon ko lang na-realize na kaya pala mas okay yung +100 Spectral Dagger na talent. So, dalawa.
Exactly.
600?
That's what is doing right now, no? So itong si Spectre is just gonna destroy your position 4 and 5. Kaya kahit anong position na piliin mo for Spectre, is very effective kasi position 4 and 5 automatic auto kill yun eh. Diba? That's yung mga soft na position 4 and 5. So kung makapansin mo nga, no, pero yun na nga, kung makapansin mo yung talent ni Spectre dito, no, it's more on the Spectral Dagger, pero the G's has been dropped, Sir G, no? And I think it's pretty much straightforward. Alam mo yun, we don't have to analyze this one. So yun na nga guys, T1 taking itong 1-0 kay Thunder Predator, and they're 1 win away from possibly securing a 4th position or the 4th slot para dito sa ating upper bracket matches for the main stage. Ikaw, Sir G, what do you think about the game?
Oh, well, aside from it sa totals, Tom, I learned a lot, especially dun sa Spectre na ginawa dito ni 23 Savage. And what I really think is, I would give my flowers to Kuku sa ginawa niya sa larong ito. Grabe. Sobrang grabe.
Exactly, no. Actually, natatakot pa nga ako nung una kasi parang kontrapelo kasi si Morphling kay Necrophos din eh. I mean, Si Necrophos kasi may libreng Ethereal Blade yan with the Ghost Shroud eh. So, alam mo yun, kahit wala ng Ethereal Blade si Morphling, no, he can cast his skills, throw skills at him, and ma-amplify yung magic damage na pwedeng iba to dito ng Morphling. Unfortunately, hindi yun yung nangyari. And na-stomp ni Kuko yung lane niya. Same goes with the top lane, no? Although umalis si CM doon, na-sustain ni 23 Savage yung lane niya sa taas. And I think that is gonna be a very good, if you win your lane, you 90 to 80% you would win the match. Eh. That's how it would go.
Alright. The thing is
So,
that, guys, gusto ko lang, sir, pabati lang ako. Pinabati ko
sige,
pa
sure.
yung pinsan ko na nanonood, Dan, sina Kuya Coco, all the love from Dubai and Abu Dhabi. At sa
Oh,
tropa ko dyan na Betlord, sana panalo kasi makatiwan yan eh. So medyo nakangiti yan, isang panalo na lang, baka naman.
baka naman may pamerienda lang. Hindi, joke lang.
Yes.
Pero binabati ko rin sa ating comment section si James mismo, yan. Mga nakasama kong katrabaho kong mga shoutcasters dati from my previous yung mga gigs ko dati. No? Shoutout sa iyo, paring James. Sana natuwa ka sa ating coverage dito. And sa mga nandyan, guys, no? Nanalo na ang T1 ng Game 1. Check your parlays and tumaya na kayo for Game 2, no? And again, we are thanking Rivalry right here, no, for helping us out with this coverage of TI. And sa mga possible na gusto mag-bet, no? Huwag na kayo mahiya, okay? Mag-bet na kayo, just go to rivalry.com/MMPH. Doon yung makikita, no? You will have 100% back on your first cash in. And meron tayong special ngayon, Sir G, which is TI10, no? So, rivalry.com/TI10.
I guess we'll be taking a short break dito, ano,
Yes.
Sir Graham. And we'll catch you on our next game, which is yung game number 2 ng T1 and Thunder Predator. We'll be right
You
back.
guys in a bit.
3, 2, 1.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City, here champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Three, two, one.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.
Three, two, one.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. Set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first
And we are back, mga kaibigan. This is again the international coverage of Midnight Mayhem para sa ating TI-10. And ito na nga, no? Quick recap lang tayo, Sir G. T1 actually took game 1 of this best of 2 series. At kakasabi nga lang natin kanina, and-explain natin na for them to qualify to the upper bracket, T1 needs to get 2-0 dito sa laban na to.
Mhm. Well, quick pick dito ng Thunder Predator is Timbersaw and with 2 bans for Io and Monkey King. While bans naman dito ng T1 ay si Tidehunter at si Kid Viper. Uy! Nyx Assassin and
Ooh,
Timbersaw.
yes. I'm really not a fan ng Nyx Assassin. Although dito sa meta natin, no? Pero I think it's a good counter din for some of the heroes. Although kasi tinanggal na yung break niya, yung on-hit effect ng Vendetta na may break, wala na yun eh. So I'm not quite sure kung anong balak dito ng Thunder Predator, although di pa naman talaga clear. Pero Tiny, still a flex pick, no? Pwede siyang position 4 or pwede rin naman siyang position 1.
Mm. Well, the thing is that, ewan ko ba, yung Tiny, it brings me too much trauma, lalo sa mga laro. Like, there was a time na binaliktad ng Fnatic for, for a moment yung laro. Like, sobrang dominated na sila doon. Forgot ko anong kalaban, but just last night lang yata yun. Beast Go, sorry. But ito, ang mag-best friend ang pinili.
Ako?
Bagong friendship na nabubuo, Sir Graham, Lycan and Tiny.
This is quite, di ko alam. Parang I would say still a flex pick pa rin. Lycan can still play position 3 kahit hindi
10
position 1 si
seconds
Tiny.
remaining.
Still a good, kumbaga, still a good hero itong si Lycan. Pero most likely position 3 na itong si Tiny, no? There's gonna be a cuckoo hero. And ang nakakatakot dito for Thunder Predator is that yung playstyle na dapat mong laruin kay Lycan is yung natural playstyle ni Kuku, the Rat Dota. No? Dati nakikita natin yan with
10 seconds
with
remaining.
TNC na kaya talaga mag-rat, and I think that's the best trend. And
5
Lycan right now, I
seconds
think one of the
remaining.
best rat heroes dito sa meta natin ngayon.
And maganda din kasi talaga sa kanya, no? Siya yung natural carrier ng Helm of the Overlord. Like with the
Exactly.
years upgrade. Pero I'm still hoping na makita ko yung kagatan portion natin dito. Nakakagatin nila yan si Tiny para maging maging aso din or maging wild dogs din.
Mhm.
What's very scary here, Sir Graham, is may pick na Timbersaw eh. Like I could envision it na kayang-kayang ipalambutin ni Timbersaw ang mga strength heroes na napili dito ng T1.
Yeah, that's the thing. But the question is, mabubuhay ba si Timbersaw bago siya palambutin ni Tiny? That's
Yes.
the question eh. Although Timbersaw is a very tanky hero, pero ang tankiness kasi ni Timbersaw is happening the more na tumatagal yung laban. Pero when you have Tiny on the fray, mabilis lang to eh. I mean, and Tiny is a natural, if they're gonna put it on a position 1 Tiny is a natural carrier ng Silver Edge which counters Timbersaw heavily.
Reactive armor. Wow. So, ganda
10
ng mga
seconds
picks na.
remaining.
I mean, this is what I like sa drafting sa totoo lang. Like, there's a lot of
5
possibilities.
seconds
And of
remaining.
course, as someone who's learning, with the wheels sa likod, talagang you would learn a lot of the new metas na nangyayari at yung mga pwede mong i-pick or pwede mong i-ban, and this has really been a blessing talaga. So, bans po natin dito, sir, is Ursa and Lina for the side of Thunder Predator. So, medyo ayaw na yata nila kay Lina ni Carl.
Oo nga eh, parang masakit na. Natakot na sa salina ni Carl kanina, no? Tingnan natin kung anong next bans dito. So Medusa has been banned. No Tidehunter as well. Ayo, Monkey King has been banned, Ursa has been banned as well. These heroes are a very heavy counter para dito kay Timbersaw. So tingin ko talagang magiging main hero na si Timbersaw dito.
I see. Right. So supports, I think supports
10
would be
seconds remaining.
the next picks for T1. Pero
5 seconds
maganda
remaining.
i-compliment sir kay Tiny at kay Lycat. I'm actually thinking, meron?
For Tiny, someone that could maybe control. Elder Titan is actually a very good support for Tiny. Also, you have actually a lot marami Thinking about it, I really can't specify on a specific hero, pero I think Elder Titan is one of the best. Pero I can't specify a certain hero kasi hindi pa natin alam kung ano yung playstyle nila. That's gonna be hard. With two heroes just on the board right now, hindi pa natin mabasa kung ano yung gustong gawin dito ng both teams.
Right? So, habang nag-aantay kayo dyan, so guys, sa mga nagbebet dyan, you may try visit rivalry.com/mmph. So, meron tayong code dyan sa mga first time na magbebet. It's TI10. Pero again, pagka medyo confused kayo sa proseso na yun, you can chat Midnight Mayhem. Meron kaming support group para i-support kayo sa mga questions nyo regarding dun sa bets. Bet responsibly,
Exactly.
guys.
Oo, wag niyo itaya yung bahay at lupa niyo, parang awa niyo na, ha? Hindi porket nananalo kayo, kasi mostly, mga kilala ko ganyan, I mean, nananalo sila tapos may hikayat sila, tapos bigla na lang wala ng pera, 'di ba?
Uy,
Mawawala na lang.
Kotol pick. Viable pa ba, sir, ang Kotol mid? Kasi 'di ba, there was a brief moment na nauso 'yan.
Kotol
10
mid is
seconds
actually
remaining.
not viable anymore. The reason behind this, the
5
main reason
seconds
why lang
remaining.
naman pinipick mo si Keeper of the Light way back nung kalakasan niya sa mid lane is because napapatay niya, kumbaga he has a way to secure itong range creeps. And alam mo naman, Sir G, in the laning stage, range creep is very, very important. So ngayon na pinahina yung damage ng Illuminate niya, hindi ka na mahirapan ka nang mag-secure ng range creep. No, it's not an auto kill para sa range creep. Kasi dati ang gagawin lang niyan, hit sa, let's say, one hit lang
10
sa range
seconds
creep, which is hindi
remaining.
pa madi-deny ng kalaban kasi isang hit lang Tapos bato mo na yung illuminate mo,
5
that's a secured
seconds
range creep na.
remaining.
Ngayon hindi na siya gano'n. May matitirang konti which is pwedeng ma-deny nung katapat mo sa mid. So, I think this position, this Keeper of the Light would be a position 5.
Thunder Predators.
Uy, next pick naman nila dito is Undying, which is I think a good pick against Timber.
Yeah. Actually pinag-uusapan namin 'to. Shoutout pala kay John Expired, kay MLP Dota, no. We had a podcast with John Expired and MLP Dota.
10
Parang way
seconds
back.
remaining.
Hindi ba way back, siguro mga days ago, a week ago actually. And
5
pinag-uusapan namin
seconds
tong
remaining.
si Undying, which is a very, very strong off lane as
T1's
well
turn
as
to
possibly
bat.
position 1. Tingnan natin. Bristleback.
PB.
I'm not quite sure about the Bristleback pick, to be honest. You have Undying, ba't ka pumili ng Strength Hero Versatile? Pero tingnan natin, no? Let's see, tingnan natin.
10
This is just a
seconds
hunch though, but I
remaining.
think Bristleback would take the position 1 along with Kotol.
Keeper of
5
the Light,
seconds
yes.
Mga
remaining.
ganong kombohan. While I think Timbersaw would take middle lane, and I think kulang na lang sila dito ng offlane. Well, the thing is that pwede ding offlane or mas magandang offlane si Timbersaw, so which na lang siguro yung pwede mangyari.
So, I think what will happen right here is kasi either way,
Thunder Predators turn to
Timbersaw and
bat.
Bristleback, one of them will be off lane.
Mm.
And I think Tiny Undying will be our position 1 and position 5 combo sa safe lane. Again, I'm not quite sure bakit pinik etong Bristleback. Kasi, again, you have the Silver
10
Edge and Tiny is a
seconds
natural
remaining.
carrier ng Silver Edge. And Silver Edge kill these two
5
heroes.
seconds
So,
remaining.
hindi ko alam. Plus the burst damage. Kasi sa mga hindi ko nakakalam, Silver Edge not only gives you yung magic, yung break, may component na siya ng Chrysalis, which means that meron na rin siyang
T1's
critical.
turn to
So they can
bat.
just simply burst you in just a couple of seconds dito.
Well, in short, sulit na sulit ang purchase mamaya ni Tiny dito ng Silver Edge.
Exactly, no? Pero let's see. I think for T1, they're missing a mid lane. no? Tingnan
10
natin kung anong
seconds
mangyayari.
remaining.
Pero for Thunder Predator,
Thunder
Uy,
Predators
either
turn
mid
to
lane and off
ban.
lane. Oh, Necrobat.
Necroban.
And I think Necroban siya kasi that's a heavy counter for Tiny kasi itong si Necro. So
see.
just to take care of Tiny.
I hope mapili si OD. I'm not sure, pero gusto ko lang talaga
Oo
siya
nga, no?
OD.
OD has not been picked
10
nor
seconds
banned
remaining.
dito sa TI natin. Yet. Wala pa. No, hindi pa siya napipick
5
or banned.
seconds
So,
remaining.
tingnan natin.
Ricky was, yun yung first time na ma-pick si Ricky, yung cast namin ni Papi.
Oh, kanina. Yeah. That
Okay,
was the first time na lumabas si Ricky. No? And mukhang tumatama yung prediction ko sa
Galing.
compendium na 101 plus heroes ang mapipick. Well, it's always like that naman. Pero, tingnan natin kung matatama yung prediction. Kasi sa mga hindi nakakaalam guys, so maglalabas kami ng content. Yung sa fantasy points ko kasi I'm almost at the top 100 nung sa fantasy points. So abang-abangan nyo yan, lalo na sa main stage yung naghahabol ng level sa compendium para makakuha ng mga treasures. Abang-abangan nyo yan guys. No, mamaya, I think mamayang hapon after the matches maglalabas kami ng mga nostra ko for the fantasy points.
Middle lane. So, sana ibigay talaga si OD. And not just that.
Thunder Predators turn pick.
Oh, more play!
Oh, I like this Morphling pick. Kaya niyang pumasok on the back lanes, which is yun yung safe haven kasi ni Keeper of the Light sa likod eh. Alam mo yun, nandun lang talaga lagi siya, nasa likod lang siya. So kaya niya i-burst down si Keeper of the Light, that's automatic
10 seconds
-1.
remaining.
And then counter kay Timbersaw, at the same time can counter also itong
5
Timbersaw. So I like the Morphling pick.
What would be funny if pagka kinopya niya si Tiny, tas dalawa sila na masakit.
Oh shoot. Oo, sakit niyan.
Yan,
I can't even imagine, no?
NP.
Now select your
Nature's
heroes.
Prophet.
NP offlane? Oh, si Frank
Yeah.
na. Sure, si Frank na.
Yeah, it's gonna be an NT off lane,
So, Timber sa mid, si Leo style.
Timbersaw mid, and I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Actually, this is gonna be a tiny support no for the other side. Itong si 23 Savage picking up that Morphling. No, it's gonna be a tiny mid, mga kaibigan, and Lycan will be the off lane. Interesting choice for T1 and the Whitemon syempre dun sa Undying. Pero tingnan natin how this will pan out for both teams. And again guys, so paalala ko lang sa inyo, T1 actually needs this win in order, well, to 90% sure na makakapasok sa upper bracket.
Okay, so, pero sir, with this characters or these heroes on our board right now, who do you think has the slightest or kung hindi man slight, kahit konting-konting kahiblang advantage in this matchup?
I would say na T1 actually has a very, very good lineup dito against the tanky heroes ng Timbersaw and Bristleback. They have the burst coming in from Tiny and Morphling. They also have the strength reduction coming in from Whitemon. And the thing is, these heroes are not that mobile bukod kay Timbersaw. No? So, pag na-place ni Whitemon etong yung kanyang mga zombies, yung kanyang tombstone in a very good position, they have no ways to escape dito. So I'm not quite sure kung paano how Thunder Predator would deal with the escape or with the pressure and slow. Imagine you have the slow, you have the shackles, you have the stun, and you have the chase also coming in for dito kay Lycan. So I'm not quite sure how Thunder Predator would deal with that.
Alright, so Sir Graham, ilatag na natin ang ating Nostra dito sa ating mga
Yes. Kanina 104 tayo pare ko, no? Medyo sumablay tayo sa Nostra natin kanina, 104 tayo. Pero
ito,
tingnan natin ngayon, no? Total number of smoke gang kills by 25 minutes.
6 to 8 or 9 plus?
I'm not quite sure na magagank masyado to kasi if looking at that hero, mukhang hindi sila talaga magagank masyado eh. I think I would go with 3 to 5. 3 to 5 lang. That's for 25 minutes. Total number of player deaths at game end, I would go for 26 to 40. If this is a stump like kanina, I would go that amount. Player with the highest total magic or pure damage done to heroes by 10 minutes.
30 seconds to battle.
Pure ba yung ano?
Kasi pure damage si Timber.
I think ito.
Yung
Oo nga.
whirling timber.
Pure yung dalawa niya. By 10 minutes, no? O tama, pure. O, tama. Sige. Good pick yung Timber. Tapos lastly, when will the first blood happen? Abangan natin, no? Tingnan natin actually, ito yung freebie minsan eh, no? Abangan natin kung may mangyayaring clash dito. O, 0, 2, 3. Okay, hindi umabot. Sayang, voting is no. Pero may mamamatay na dyan, mostly. O, yan, sabi sa'yo eh. O, diba? Umabot ka ba, Brad?
Yes po.
Sabi sa'yo eh. Abangan mo lang. Yan, sa mga nanonood niyan, guys, just a small tip kung magpe-predict kayo masala na itong first blood. Abangan nyo lang kung may mangyayaring ano dyan. Wag muna kayo, siguro mga last second lang kayo mag-input. Pero, surely yan, mararamdaman nyo naman yan kung may mangyayaring first blood. Eh. Pero yun na nga, no? First blood going in the side of Thunder Predator para dito.
So wow, I mean, 23 Savage taking the mid lane this time. Nagpalit sila ni Carl.
Oh. This is interesting to see, no? Tingnan natin kung anong magiging lagay dito ng T1 with the 23 Savage taking that mid lane. And I think this is a good good tactic wherein kasi if you would put etong si Tiny sa may mid lane, kawawa siya against Timbersaw. Early game, this is not gonna be a favorable matchup for Timbersaw or for Tiny to be specific.
Huwag lang sana umasin ng konti dito si 23 Savage by switching attributes that easily. Kasi pwede siyang takutan kahit sa Torre nitong si Liu style with the chain and the whirling death.
Exactly, no? And the strength reduction din kasi yan eh. Pero ito, Carl, on the other hand, top lane. So this is gonna be the safe lane. And sabi ko nga kanina, no? Undying Tiny combo on the safe lane dito. So yun talaga yung mga
Uy, na-stun sila doon, dalawa. And the thing is that okay nga itong combo nila because Tiny can expect at least someone to sustain him and to save him at times. At mapapalambot pa niya itong mga katapat nila with the combo ng Abatos.
Exactly, no? Pag nagkaroon ng Avalanche Toss combo yan, medyo... Even at level 4, I think, kung sobrang baba na ng strength ng, let's say, one of the heroes ng Thunder Predator at abutan sila ng Avalanche Toss, masakit to.
Okay. So kanina, ang ganda nung pinakitang Nature's Prophet na game. At ito na, Avalanche pa lang, wala pa yung toss. Pero ang sakit pala talaga, sir, nung pagtapo nung puno. Like it gives 200% splash dun sa area nung puno na pinagbatuhan.
Exactly, no? Actually, masakit yan eh. Minsan, actually, dati nga talaga, no? You actually hit with, di ba parang 3 charges ng puno na yan? So dati ang ginagawa dyan, when you hit parang i-hit mo yung first 2, tapos ibabato mo yung last 1. For efficiency, mas malakas yung damage output mo.
Kaya siguro talagang pick si Tiny yan. Kasi from 3, sir, 5 na siya eh. So, that was a huge boost even at level 1.
Pero delikado si Whitemon dito. Whitemon will get killed. Nice pick-up rider coming in from Thunder Predator, no? Medyo naging maasim doon itong si Whitemon.
Medyo maaga naglagay pala ng mana burn itong si Nyx Assassin because, majority naman, they go for the defensive spike carapace but they put mana burn instead para ma-burst down doon si Whitemon.
And I think that's very advantageous din kasi for the side of Thunder Predator kasi may mana problems talaga itong si Undying eh. No, naturally, hindi talaga mataas ang mana niyan. Kaya nga natuwa yung mga Undying players nung nakaraang patch lumabas yung meron siyang mana regen kasi dati 0 ang mana regen. So at least ngayon meron na.
So top lane natin, aside from napatay si Whitemon dito pero stable naman ang farming ni Carl. But then again, in terms of last hits, number 1 dito si Bristleback and Timbersaw. While eto medyo pukulit si MJC dito, partner. At nakapag-stop na doon.
Okay. Tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari dito. No? So pero on the other hand, Whitemon killing etong si MNZ. No? This is a big kill for T1. Halting etong progress dito ni Nature's Prophet.
And another thing was, add ko lang din, habang nangyayari yun sa taas, syempre may information na dito si Sepper na merong dalawang stack dito sa pinaka-lat or pinaka-loob na jungle dito ng Radiant side. Uy,
Kasi MNG nangihimasok dito ng tower. And I think this is actually the advantage of the Kotol Bristleback combo, no? Medyo mahihirapan yung squad, pero 23 Savage on the other hand, on the mid lane, pinapasok na rin ni Leo Style dito, pero hindi pa rin mamamatay. Pero saktong box out lang coming in from Leo Style. This is a good start coming in from Thunder Predator, no? Much better than the previous one.
masakit yung combo niya kagaya nito pag tinamaan siya. Sakit. That's 15%. I think that's 15% stock reduction. Kasi delikado si 23 Savage dito, but may pang-out naman yata siya. No, wala siyang waveform. So, he only has the strength shift. Pero ayun, na-burst down siya dito.
Nice kill coming in from Thunder Predator right here. That's a one-on-one kill, and I think this is a loss. This is already a lost lane for T1 on the mid lane. No? Level 6, and then I think level 6 na ba si Morphling?
Hindi pa, sir.
No, this is a big loss for T1 on the mid lane. 2 levels, almost maging 2 levels ahead. Etong si ano dito, si Timbersaw. Pero on the other hand, nasa agad na nga etong si Nyx Assassin and Moose right now. Mukhang babawi na lang si 23 Savage with that kill. And yes, 23 Savage will get that. Nice pick of coming in for T1 dito.
Gusto ko lang sanang i-add habang nangyayari yun kasi pinili na lang ni 23 Savage na circle. Yung ginagawa ni Leo Style dito na talagang binablock niya yung creeps dito, kitang-kita nyo naman na kahit mahina yung damage niya, his wave creeps did the damage or most of the damage dun sa torre, gawa ng equilibrium. Parang binlock niya dun sa pinakagitnang area for 3 consecutive waves.
And crucial yung mid tower, no? So I think that's a good thing coming in for itong Thunder Predator, lalo na ito kay Timbersaw, no? Na sobrang solid na ginagawa niya sa lane. Yung nakokontrol niya yung creeps to the point na nahatak niya behind in the middle of tier 1 tower and tier 2 tower, which is the very ideal place to position your creeps kasi hindi masyadong inaatake dito. Pero ito 23 Savage copying na etong si Leo. I don't think he needs to get back. Hindi niya kayang lalabanan yung sarili niya.
Ang hirap din because parang mababasag na yata ito kasi konti na lang. They used to fortify to prolong the life of their tower at mababasag din dito ang tier 1 tower sa baba.
I think T1 needs to give this early game. Hindi nila kayang labanan yung early game prowess ng Thunder Predator. And they need to find farm all around the map. If you would look at etong si Undying at saka itong si Shadow Shaman, they're trying to find, a kill right here. They're trying to move around the map just to find a kill. Pero makikita ata nila itong si MJ Day kung mahuhuli. Oh, nice one for Whitemon. That's a good steal for Whitemon.
Yun yung naspatan kanina ni Sepper na stacks na ginawa ni Kotol. At ito pa may isa pa dito, so dadali niya dito para mag-spawn ang mga soft.
Nice.
That's a good one. Grabe, makaganda lang. Very nice.
Gusto ko makita na na mag-transition into core etong si Whitemon kasi possible no. Sa mga hindi nakakaalam, pwede na mag-flash farm si Undying ngayon. The reason behind this, yung decay niya kasi dati, Brad, only deals 50% damage to creep waves. To creeps, to be specific. But after the recent patch, it became 100% na. Pero Kuko ata, delikado dito. Kuko will get stunned. Either makakatakong ba si Kuko dito? Yes, it's so fast! Pero itong si NP, yung kanyang ulti, will not reach the damage to kill itong si Kuko. And Kuko will be safe right there.
Kachow! Ganun kabilis talaga ang mga wolf pagkagabi. Pero Kuko, the hell of a dominator online para ito. Delikado si 23 Savage. Pinasok talaga dito siya ni Leo Style and 23 Savage hindi siya makapalag sa isang napakakunat na Timbersaw.
Pero to si Sepher tsaka si Whitemon mukhang umiikot lang sila dito. Nakita nila actually etong si Moose and makikita ni Moose etong mga to. And Sepher right now mukhang siya yung mayiging pain. And there goes your tombstone being dropped right there. Mukhang makakapatay pa ata etong si Sepher tsaka si Whitemon. Pero MP now coming in to get a heal or to get and destroy etong tombstone. But Whitemon, na-deny ba? No, it was not denied. Whitemon now trying to run out. And there goes your Sprout. Sepher on the other hand might also die. And yes, they will get the kill as well. That's 2 man. Pero ang laki ng nakuhang pera doon ni Undying at saka ni Rasta, ni Shadow Shaman. dun sa stacks na nakuha nila dito.
And that's translated space for Tiny. Kahit pa paano. But then, they're actually down 2K. So, yun. Medyo, well, maaga pa naman to say, but they have to take it up a notch.
Exactly, no? Although 23 Savage dito, medyo nahirapan siya sa farm niya. Tingnan natin kung anong item. Oh my god, this is bad for 23 Savage, no? Kahit yung kanyang Morbid Mask is hindi pa available for farming, pero eto na nga, pumunta na ang tropa ng T1 dito. Will they kill etong si Leo Style? There goes your chakra being thrown to clear out etong trees dito. Baka may kasama pa etong si 23 Savage, pero wala na. I think they are gonna go back dito. And kung ano nakikita natin control sa T1 kanina, yun yung control na binibigay ng Thunder Predator on the map dito sa ating game 2.
Well, nakakatuwa lang kasi they made necessary adjustments and maybe they learned about their mistakes nung Timbersaw making for heroes, for the T1 heroes to burst him. Level 4 pala ang reactive armor niya at meron na siyang Boot of Defiance with 13 stick target.
So hindi mo na madaling ma-burst down etong si Leo Style, pero Pugo right now again with that wolf form just trying to run away, possibly giving this tier 2 tower. Kasi parang ang gusto lang nila dito is they just want space for Tiny to get his farm. And eto namang Thunder Predator, they're just trying to push their issue dito by getting itong tier 2 tower. So tingnan natin, pero ito TP is now coming in. Let's see, will they try to fight? Undying right. There goes your tombstone being laid down. Delikado ata dito. And itong si Bristleback, pero there's an avalanche toss coming in and next assassin will die right here. They need to go back, nag-i-stack na yung full spray dito. And again, the kiting from T1 is just very, very good. Kuku right now will try to chase kung sino man dito, pero mukhang wala na silang mahahabol dito. And T1 with a very good defense right there.
Undying is slow in that sequence, pero ginamit nga pala sa tatat. Ito, delikado yata si Carl dito. The thing is that Carl has his... Ano bang item na ni Carl? Buo na ang kanyang Echo Saver, but the thing is that it's not that enough para makagawa ng serious damage para kay Leo Style.
Pero tingnan natin, no? Magkakaroon pa ba ng second clash dito? And Leo Style just farming the jungle dito ng T1. This is gonna be a long game, no? I would say. That this is gonna be a long game, pero moves right there. Tingnan natin, 23 Savage, naka-all addict na dito. Tingnan natin kung anong mangyayari. 23 Savage getting stunned by moves right there. And etong si Shadow Shaman will get down, but 23 Savage copying etong si Timbersaw will get away with that chains.
Hirap nung naging posisyon dito ni 23 Savage because all along as a mid-hero, pang number 5, number 6, take note, number 6 siya sa network. Mas mayaman si Kuko sa kanya. Eh si Kuko, sir, hindi din siya gaano naka-farm.
Exactly, no? So tingnan natin, Carl on the other hand, medyo makakuha naman siya ng time. Mukhang on the way na yung kanyang Shadow Blade. I think a couple of 1,000 of gold dito pa ang kulang dito ni Kuku. But still, medyo viable naman siya. You have the burst already coming in for your Carl. So tingnan natin kung magagawa ng paraan ng T1 to sustain itong tier 2 towers nila. Hindi dapat sila magbigay ng tier 2 towers dito on the side of T1, no?
I see. Pero medyo low na ang tier 2 tower dito ng T1 sa bottom tower. So, probably next skirmish at magkayayaan sila ng laban doon. At late ang TP nila, pwede itong basagin right away because again, eto na, low kasi talaga siya. And Bristleback doing it, kinakagat siya ng Wild Dogs, pero ayun, MNC destroying the tier 2 tower. Ito, huli na naman si Kuku. This was the third time in a row na ginamit niya ang ulti niya para tumakas. What a waste. At ito, ang ginawa na lang ng T1 dito, they robbed the stacks ng jungle dito ng Thunder Predator. Ginamit din dito ang ulti ni Shadow Shaman.
Oo nga, pre, no? Habang nangyayari yun, nag-shutdown ng Dota ko. Ang galing.
Ay, problem. So, I'll take cover muna for now. So, 23 Savage. Ano kaya ang gagawin niya? Huli siya dito ni Frank. And Frank, sinundan siya ni Moose with the strength. Oh, dead agad siya dito because of Leo Styles' whirling death. Pinag-apatan siya dito, brother.
Mahirap talaga pag aapatan, eh. Medyo lugi talaga sa 4 versus 1. No? Pero tingnan natin kung ano nga magiging bawi ng tier 1 dito. 23 Savage, medyo na-cut off yung farm niya doon, no? Kailangan niya ng items dito para mas maging effective eh. Pero tingnan natin kung makakabawi ba ang T1 dito. Pero pare ko, nakaisa na tayo sa Nostra natin. No? Tama yung hula mo, Timber. So, is actually the highest total magic or pure damage by 10.
Anyway, buo na ang Aghanim Scepter dito ng Bristleback along with his Vanguard. So talagang automatic stacks dun sa kanyang nasal group. Kahit wala na siyang itutok, mapapatangan niya na ang 5 stacks right away with the Warpath. At ito yung masakit dito. Sino kaya ang makakapag-burst dito hanggat wala pang Silver Edge si Tiny. Another courier snipe para dito kay Sepper. Kinukulit lang talaga Brad ni Sepper tsaka ni Whitemon yung stacks ng kalaban at they're trying to delay the inevitable at para makapag-farm dito ang Tiny. Pero eto, Moose, hindi niya naispatan dito si Sepper and safe TP kay Sepper dito pa uwi ng base.
Exactly. Actually, I'm starting to like what TP or T1 is actually doing. Wala lang, they just don't, parang hindi sila nape-pressure sa nangyayari eh. Very composed pa rin sila, they know how to get their items. Alam nila na hindi pa ito yung oras nila. No, hindi pa nila oras to kasi early game, given na yan eh, malakas talaga ang Timbersaw and etong Bristleback. Pero once this heroes gets their item, medyo solid na magiging laban nito for T1. Ang tanong for Thunder Predator, can they keep this pressure up para dito sa side ng T1, no? In fact, T1, they're just giving in their tier 2 towers. Kumbaga, alam nila eh, mamaya tayo babanat, kumbaga sabi ng tier 1, ng T1.
Correct, I agree. And talagang iba yung pushing progress dito ng Thunder Predator. Kasi isipin nyo, Bristleback na kayang humarang ng creep wave, yung mga spawn dito ni Nature Prophet plus the TP, plus yung wave or illuminate dito. At ito nagkakabakbakan tayo sa mid. Delikado si Moose. Moose nakapag-stick pa and turn dito. Patay pa si White Moon. 23 Savage trying to TP and that's a successful TP. Nalapag dito ang Serpent Ward but that was easily defended dito ng heroes ng Thunder Predator and hindi nabasag ng T1 ang mid tower.
Pero that's a good exchange, no? Nature's Prophet for an Undying, not bad for tier 1 or for T1. Imagine guys, no? T1 is actually losing the map control. Pero if you would look at the gold beat, no? Which means na nakakasabay pa rin kahit paano ang T1.
It's actually a miracle kasi si Tiny naman ang kumakamada dito ng gold sa or network dito sa T1. And unti-unti na din naman umahangat pa rin si Morphling but still not a good sight with being 1, 2, 3, 4. Pang 6 pa rin pala siya. Sorry, my bad. I thought that he already accelerated to the 5th place pero pang 6 pa din siya. Mas mayaman pa rin si Nature Prophet sa kanya.
Pero ito, pinagbabantaan dito. Itong si Nature's Prophet, Tiny right now has his Shadow Blade in. So tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari. Actually, itong si MNZ is just pushing out itong dalawang strength heroes ng T1 and they're just gonna be successful getting that tier 2 tower on the top lane para dito sa side ng Thunder Predator.
Una din pala ang Helm of the Overlord dito ni Kuku. Maaari na siyang kumuha dito ng Ancient Tree. Napatay dito ng Bristleback ang courier ni 23 Savage. And napakahirap ng Bristleback na ganito. Makunat na. Ang dami pa niyang, may slow pa siya. So pag nahagip ka nito on the wrong side of the map, papasukin ka talaga ng mga gantong build.
Oo. And tingnan natin dito kung anong mangyayari. Actually, T1, medyo they're on a tight end dito. 8-4 ang ating kills for 3 gold lead for the side of Thunder Predator. And the Thunder Predator just trying to get whatever they can dito sa laban natin na to. In fact, they actually got almost a big chunk of the map dito sa atin. Na-control nila yung mapa dito sa ating match na to.
Okay, now going back, na-clear na din nila yung mga creep waves dito at ito si Moose, nakakuha siya ng Injury Room. Pwede niya maispatan dito si White Moon. Medyo ang kulit ni White Moon dito sa game na to ha, partner. And Tiny's here sa top. Huli yata si Carl dito.
Ako, delikado ata. So tingnan natin, TP out by Carl again. The damage is Wala silang stun. And I think if kung mabubutasan natin ng Thunder Predator, that's one problem. They don't have the stun after yung initial stun dito ni Nyx Assassin.
Talagang inentay ni Carl na impale siya kasi he
Oo.
knew na talaga, okay, stun mo ko, I can TP safely. Pagkatapos nun, wala na kayong hold. I think Thunder Predator needs to build something more to hold T1, lalo na pag umabot sa late game. One viable build here is yung Aghanim Scepter dito ni Kotol.
Exactly, no? Pag nakuha na ni Kotal yung kanyang Aghanim Scepter, medyo mahihirapan ng pumulas itong si Kuko, lalo na yung kanyang yung Will-O-Wisp, no? Very effective yun. So, tingnan natin dito, mapapatay pa na ata si Tiny, and Tiny will fall down right there. Mukhang nakakuha ng magandang kill dito. In fact, Tiny will not go straight into a Silver Edge. He's gonna get his BKB first into a Shard, no? So, sa mga hindi nakakaalam, ang Shard ni Tiny allows you to hold the 3 infinitely. So, wala nang charges yung puno.
Ang kulit talaga ni Whiteman, partner. Oh. Dito na siya nag-farm sa triangle ng kalaban. And he's actually cutting the creeps here with his tombstone. And ayun, nagka-capitalize naman siya kahit pa paano.
Pagka just delaying the things dito. Para sa side ng Thunder Predator and T1 right now, they're positioning to protect itong tier 2 tower nila dito sa may bottom lane or sa may middle lane. And I think this is gonna be harder and harder each time, no? And eto na nga, Thunder Predator with that Roshan attempt. Tignan natin kung papalag ang T1 dito.
By the way, notable items na nadagdag habang nag-analyze kami doon is nakakuha na ni Nyx Assassin ang kanyang dagger and Nature's Prophet getting his Shadow Blade. So may mga gulat factor na din dito ang Thunder Predator na hindi pa alam ng iba.
So tingnan natin ngayon kung ano mangyayari. And Aegis right now will be taken by MNC dito. Mukhang this is quite, sabi nga nila, no? I was listening to the panel of the TI kahapon with Abo. Abo is one of the Spanish outcasters, pero ito nalusaw ata si Undying doon. Pero yun nga, no, Abo is one of the Spanish outcasters, and kahit si Effie agrees that yung mga SA teams, they are actually labeled as psychopaths. Psychopaths not in a negative way, but in a positive way. Kasi medyo crazy talaga yung mga yung playstyle dito, and that shows. Imagine a Bristleback and a Timbersaw duo as your core, and tingnan mo nangyari sa T1. So,
I was shocked as well na ang binuo pala ni 23 Savage is the Ethereal Blade. The thing is that, sino bang kaya pa niyang i-one shot at this point of the game? Siguro si Nyx, or si Kotol?
possibly can be an F2.
Okay din naman siguro siya, brother, para kay Bristleback, para hindi maka-normal hit, pero tama pa rin yung kill.
But the problem is kasi, the thing is why you build Eternal Blade is not because of the Ethereal stuff, but to burst it. And yun yung kailangan nila ngayon. Yung burst damage, very tanky itong dalawang heroes na to. So they need the burst damage as much as possible para sa side ng T1.
Kahit si Frank na Nature Prophet, napakayaman pala. He's gonna be building his Road of Athos, pero meron din siyang Malevolence para sa dagdag disable. He's like 1,000 plus gold away from his Road of Athos, maybe translating into a Gleipnir kung gusto niya. But eto, tuloy pa rin ang pagpa-farm dito ni Bristleback, partner. And take note, may Aegis siya, pero hindi pa rin niya inaasiman ang pagkatok sa tier 3.
Pero ito, I think pa-silver, hindi wala. Oblivion stop ito. So dinis-assemble na ni Carl itong Echo Saber para makakuha ng BKB dito. Pero 23 Savage and T1 just opting not to fight yet. They're gonna TP out dito. Whitemon might be in danger in the middle of the 3 lines, pero mukhang hindi mapapatay dito. But the stun coming in from Mood with that Echo or with that dagger reveal is gonna secure the kill for Thunder Predator.
I think Bristleback is not a bad pick for tawag dito, bad pick for Poison, pero ito si Sepper, bakit kaya nila pag doon ang kanyang ulti? Nilapag niya yung ulti niya para makapag-farm ng creeps. And
Exactly.
Coming in para kay NP. Uy!
Ooh. In the face, mga kaibigan. Pero top lane, sinisit siya dito ng Thunder Predator, pero T1 needs to fight this one out. Bristleback or itong si Leo Style is very low right here. Leo Style will now fall down. T1 now retaliating. Hindi dito, and Kuku right now trying to fight other targets. Hindi mo na napapansinin etong si Grizzle back, but Kuku is very low right here. There goes your Tombstone being dropped down by Undying, and I think Thunder Predator needs to go back dito. Pero hindi, anong go back? Whitemon right now just jumping in right there. And saktong back na lang talaga. Pero that was a good engagement coming in from T1.
Yeah. And nagulat doon si Timberso dun sa damage na nakuha niya. Akala niya kaya niyang itank yun, and just like that, medyo napalag na ang ating T1.
Just a little ray of hope, mga kaibigan, para dito sa ating T1 to at least get a contention for that top 4 slot dito, no, sa side ng or sa groups nila, and to get to have a good start sa upper bracket sa ating main stage sa darating na 12 over 12. Pero for right now, napapagitna ng mga heroes dito. No vision coming in. TPs, will it come? No, but etong si Shadow Shaman will fall down as well, and they're gonna continue. Eto, nag-buyback ba itong si Timberso? Buhay agad.
Nabuhay lang ulit.
Okay. Level 15 pa lang kasi. Kasi pag usually pag gantong kababa na or gantong kataas na nagsisisyo sila ng high ground, dapat parang matagal to nalimutan ko pala na rush ng Thunder Predator pero ito delikado nga etong T1 dito. How can they hold this one ang tanong? Ito si Carl sa likod. Carl right now just trying to dig in doon sa dalawang heroes, and Tiny right now with that wolf form. MNZ might be in danger. Napakasakit na dito ni Carl. Avalanche nabato doon, pero will Carl follow up dito? Carl right now with that Silver Edge or with that Shadow Blade. Tingnan natin, nakahulit si Frank dito, and Frank, there goes your Avalanche right here, stopping itong chains ni Timberso, and mamamatay pa nga si Timberso. That's a 4-1 trade, and T1 now showing their fangs dito sa laban natin sa ating game 2.
Grabe, partner, hindi nila na-utilize ang Aegis Lord. And another thing is, pinakita na dito ang Wild Dog best friend nila. Nako. Grabe, ang sakit. I was very shocked kung ano yung damage capability. I mean, I know that this combo is bad news, pero I'm not expecting na ganun siya kalakas. Inat-ngat niya yung nasa likod. Dalawa silang mag-best friend na magka-coordinate na nangangat-ngat doon sa likod.
It's getting scarier each time para dito sa side ng ng Thunder Predator. Pare ko, ngayon na malapit na into a Silver Edge, pero ito si MNZ nagmamatapang dito. Tingnan natin kung ano mangyayari sa kanya. There goes the slow, there goes the dive, and MNZ will fall down, mga kaibigan. Pumasok pa si Frank dito. Yes, he is tanky, but Super is actually leaving, and mistakes after mistakes coming in for Thunder Predator. Although mamamatay si Shadow Shaman dito, but then again, those are your heroes, your main heroes right there. Hinahabol pa ni 23 Savage etong si KOTL, but I think they're just gonna go back. Hindi ko alam pare ko.
Napakadaya kasi, partner. Naka-wolf form siya. Mabilis yung move speed niya. Meron siyang splash damage, may siege damage, may critical, may lifesteal. Ano pa bang hihinang Tiny? BKB lang. Katalo na. And I think this Tiny would be very too much for this is gonna be too much for TP to handle. Ang tanong naman ngayon, babalik ta rin natin, sino ang papatay sa Tiny naka-wolf form?
Exactly. No, that's kahit nga hindi naka-wolf form, brad. I mean, masakit pa rin talaga pumalo. I mean, and ngayon complete na yung Silver Edge dito ni Tiny. No, this is gonna be harder for Thunder Predator. Sabi ko nga, it's getting harder each time na tumatagal itong laban. 23 Savage, Kuku, and etong si Carl is doing right now a very good job of trying to get someone right here. Pero Kuku, using his ulti, mukhang maghahanap ng laban to. Etong si Kuku, there's still the wolf form available, pero si Tiny medyo malayo, and I think they're just gonna push this one into the mid lane. And T1, medyo nangangamoy comeback to, sir.
Totoo yan. And di din natin pwedeng ikaila na malakas din mag-push ang lineup dito ng T1. We have Rasta, we have the Wild Dogs, and mga Animal Planet ni Kuku, and the siege damage coming in from the Tiny. And plus, Undying, parang lahat yan malakas mag-push. So, I think isang mali lang dito na wipe out ng Thunder Predator, it could spell the disaster for them.
Saktong snowball lang talaga for the side of T1 dito, no? One big mistake lang coming in from Thunder Predator can easily straight up into the lane, no? Kumbaga, one wipeout lang without any buyback. Medyo alanganin dito ang Thunder Predator, no?
Yun pala talaga ang pinaka-takeaway ko sa laro na to, kagaya nung in-explain mo kanina, partner, na talagang malakas sa mid-game, itong lineup ng TP. But then again, hindi kayang sumabay ng Bristleback kahit may 7 stack siya palagi. Hindi niya talaga kayang sabayan yung timing. And I think, it's more of the execution kung paano nila mag-fend off yung combo na ginagawa ng TI at this point of the game.
Oh, pero ito, smoke play dito coming in from T1. Mukhang nakaramdam etong Thunder Predator, pero hindi. Ano pala, false news pala, no? Fake news pala, hindi nakaramdam dito pero mamamatay ata. Etong si KOTL will fall down first and they are still continuing the damage dito, mamamatay. Etong si Shadow Shaman, but itong si Karl naghahanap ng biktima dito. And they're just gonna go back, hahabulin nila etong si Leo Style. Leo Style might be in danger, naghahabulin si 23 Savage dito. Kuko right now, there goes your Avalanche and mamamatay pa nga ata dito si Leo Style. Pumasok pa dito. Etong si Bristleback, mukhang namali ata ng pasok. And I don't know about Thunder Predator, they actually committed a buyback dito para kay KOTL, but I think that's not the right play, mga kaibigan. And etong si Nature's Prophet will die as well. Mamamatay ang dalawa coming in from the side of Thunder Predator. Although dalawa din ang nakakuha ng T1 or ang namatay sa T1, Undying and itong si Shadow Shaman ang namatay din. Di ko alam, Brad. I think alam mo yun, tama yung sinabi ni tama yung sinabi nila Effie, na medyo reckless yung Thunder Predator dito.
Grabe. And partida pa yun. Nakita ko may one point in time na nasolo dito ni Nature's Prophet sila Sepper with a Bloodthorn. Pero hindi pa rin gaano namatay si Sepper. Yan, dami pang nagawa ni Sepper. Naka-hold pa siya dito, nakapagtanim pa ng kung ano-ano. And eto, huli yata nila dito si Moose. Pero solo si Carl. Carl nandito kasama niya MNC. Hahabulin pero napakaganda naman ang blinding light ng Tuesday. Roshan is up, partner. I think the next fight would be in the Roche pit.
This is actually, etong lineup ng Thunder Predator is actually not a Roshan contesting lineup. Unless etong si KOTN has his Aghanim Scepter, which is wala pa. Kasi ganyan lang, Chachani-chaniin lang. Etong si MNC dito. And no, 23 Savage now on the middle. Tingnan natin dito, Carl. There goes your break dito. Hahabulin ni Carl to. Carl, does he have the vision? No, pero they're gonna continue chasing etong si Bristleback, but Undying will fall down as well. And lumalayo na itong clash dito. Masakit. Frank right now might be in danger. There goes 23 Savage being thrown by Tiny. And T1 just, pushing away itong Thunder Predator away from that Roche pit.
Grabe talaga yung yung combo nila ni Kuku. And the thing is that ito na yata yung Roche fight na isa pa, part 2. Nagkapas dito. Pero ito, kanino mapupuntang Aegis? Oh no! It was actually taken by Bristleback. Pero what he Savage, ito, oh my god.
Nice turnaround right there para ko coming in from the side of Thunder Predator, and nakuha nga ng Thunder Predator etong Aegis, no? But the question is, high ground push, how are they gonna fare dito? I mean, wala naman silang malakas na push bukod dito kay Nature's Prophet. So this is gonna be a slow siege para sa side ng Thunder Predator.
Alright, and I think may ray of hope din naman sa side ng Thunder Predator dahil nakuha dito ni Bristleback. Ginugo siya dito, Carl, tinapon, and just like that.
Oh no.
Dalawang wolf laban sa baka. Double kill for Carl.
And Aegis, sabi na Aegis pa kayo. Anong Aegis? Sa inyo na nga yung Aegis, amin yung panalo. Sabi ng T1, and they're just gonna push this one. 4 heroes dead, 1 with buyback, 3 without. Nature's Prophet, the only man alive. How will they do this one against a Tiny na sobrang lakas pumalo dito ng Torre?
May moon shard na pala siya. Grabe naman yun.
Oh my god. I'm not quite sure. T1 just doing what seems to be impossible nung una, no? Parang tinatanong natin paano kaya pabawi ang T1 dito. And pinakita nila sa atin na eto, ganito kami babawi.
Grabe. And I think this is orchestrated by their coach.
I mean, eto nga si Marsh has been a very, very good coach for them. Ano siya, even on sabi nga ni BSJ, no, this team, or sabi ni Jenkins, this team actually, itong T1, they're actually much better where they are on the ropes. Pag, alam mo yun, pag na-corner na sila, para silang mga, parang silang mga halimaw na pag na-corner, biglang lalakas.
Parang breaking their limits lalo, no?
Oo, kumbaga plus ultra, no? Sa mga nanonood ng My Hero Academia dyan, plus ultra. And I think ito yung plus ultra dito ng T1, no? They are doing very good on yung mga crunch time talaga na kailangan nilang gumawa ng maayos.
Anyway, props pala dito kay Kuku. Talagang super team-oriented ng item siya. I like how he buys the casual buckler, aura yan na armor, plus of course the drums. Napakaganda ng ginagawa talaga ni Captain Boss Amo Kuku dito.
Oo. So, let's check, no? Buyback status. So, actually, lahat walang buyback bukod kay Lycan and kay Tiny. So, I'm not quite sure kung how will we take it. Although itong si Bristleback is just 700 gold away from his buyback.
Partners, ko lang din, up na dito ang Satanic. Kakakuha lang ng Satanic dito ni Morphling.
Oh my god. Satanic on Morphling is, hindi ko alam. I don't know kung paano siya mapatay. Carl on the other hand, tingnan natin kung may Satanic na ba siya. I think on the way na rin for Satanic. Just a couple of gold away na lang from the Satanic dito. Pero ito, nagro-rotate na, makikita nila. Etong si MJC, naku, buti hindi nakuha yung vision doon. And I think they're just gonna transfer into the bot lane dito. Tingnan natin, mukhang pupwersahin nila tong tier 2 tower even with the yung backdoor protection.
Grabe naman kasing umapat. Pero I like how Nature Prophet does cut the yung creep wave casually para medyo yung push nila. So ayun, medyo malalim din yung creep sila, pero grabe yung right dito. Alam mo, Brad, nang hinayang pa ako dun sa sa Serpent Wards kasi dun nilagay sa gitna eh. I'm actually looking forward na itanim yun during their push here dun sa bottom tower.
Pero ito, smoke play coming in, pero malayo ang members ng T1 dito. They actually all got back to their base. And I think si Tiny bibili na niya yung kanyang Satanic dito. I think he has enough gold to buy itong Satanic. Lalo na pag may Satanic to, I'm not quite sure kung paano na nila mapapatay. Thunder Predator has no burst. And yun nga, yung sabi natin sa Clash, no, yung weakness ng Thunder Predator dito is that the longer the fight goes, dun sila malakas eh. Pero if you have burst potential like Morphling, like Tiny, dito na take effect yung sinabi natin kanina dun sa Clash. Pero ito, we have the vision dito. Ito na yung vision coming in for the side. Uy, na-hex na! Etong si Tipper. So, and Tipper right there. Tingnan natin. Yes, matutunaw siya dito. There goes your stun coming in. Delikado pa nga itong si Bristleback. Might fall. Yes, he will definitely fall. 78 seconds with the buyback though. And Timberso has no buyback pero naghahabol pa nga. Eto, Moose right now trying to run Kuku. Just trying to be a threat dito. On the other hand, si Frank kumaka na dito ng tower. They think Frank will go down. Hindi ko alam, brother, no? Pero I don't think na kahit sirain pa nila yung barracks dito it's not worth it eh. I mean, Tiny can just simply flash push into your tower kung gugustuhin nila eh.
I agree. They can actually go for the GG push as long as hindi mag-buyback dito ang kalaban. Si Timberson na lang naman yung may buyback eh. And lahat ng core ng Thunder Predator is dead here. They can actually go for the GG push kung magiging maingat sila. Pero they might worry na baka sakaling hindi pa tapos. Pero eto na nga, pinumpit sa GG push na.
Tignan natin kung ano mangyayari dito. No, Carl, right? So, tignan natin. There goes from BKB and malulusaw ata. Sinik sa atin dito. They're gonna go for that GG push, mga kaibigan. T1. Ito na ba ang pag-asa natin para sa ages dito sa Pinas, mga kaibigan? Hindi pa ito yung katapusan for Thunder Predator. Actually, they are eliminated already. 4 down and GG has been called. Mga kaibigan, E1 is officially right now has a chance to still get that upper bracket slot. Getting 2-0 dito sa Thunder Predator.
Well, I think with the, to be honest with you, mga first 20 minutes, iniisip ko, nako, tatapusin na to ng Thunder Predator. Pero grabe yung patience ng T1 and the resiliency ng pagpa-farm nila. Kahit sikip na sila sa mapa at the early phases of the game, they still tried their best and, find ways para makahanap ng farm. Yung ikot ni Sepper, yung ikot ni Whitemon na nagpa-farm dun sa triangle, grabe yun, partner.
this is actually a good showing coming in from T1. And kumbaga, hindi naman sa in-expect ko, pero nakita-kita ko na kung mananalo ang T1, it's gonna be this way, no? They're just gonna stall the game, get their items, and once meron na silang items, they're gonna fight. And yun yung nangyari, no? Kuku has his Aghanims, Carl has already completed his Echo Saber, Silver Edge, no? And 23 Savage has already completed his items, and then tsaka sila lumaban. Good recognition coming in for T1 na hindi nila pinwersa. Kumbaga, hindi sila taranta eh. If that would be any other teams in Dota, parang, uy, nababasag na yung tier 2 tower natin, kailangan nating i-protektahan to. No. Even though they're already out one barrack dun sa may top lane, hindi sila nabahala, Brad. Kumbaga, naging confident pa sila. Hindi pa natin oras to. We'll get our items, tsaka tayo lalaban.
Well, sabi nga talaga nila, in T1, we trust sa mga betlords natin dyan, ng mga kaibigan, at sa mga gustong mag-try. You can visit our site, rivalry.com/mmph. At meron tayong, itong group natin, you can actually chat Midnight Mayhem kung gusto nyong maging sure, or let's say kung may questions kayo about betting, and bet responsibly. Mayroon tayong support group dyan.
Exactly, no? So ngayon, let's just talk about what will happen to T1. No? Wala na hong laro ang T1, mga kaibigan. No games will be played for T1. So waiting na lang sila dun sa result ng Undying EG, wherein EG actually won Game 1. So if EG will win Game 2 against Undying, so it's gonna be a tiebreaker versus T1. Pero kung manalo ang Undying dun sa Game 2 and matay ng Undying yung Series 1-1, it's gonna be T1 and Evil Geniuses who's gonna take a tiebreaker match mamaya yan, no? Mamaya after our third series.
Okay?
So there you go, pare ko, no? And again, shoutouts to Rivalry. Again, maraming salamat for helping us build or helping us with this coverage ng TI. And sa lahat ng manonood, maraming salamat din. We still have games incoming para dito, pero I think this would be the last series for Sir G. Pahinga ka na, Sir G, no?
Lectures muna. And anyway, I would like to take this opportunity to thank Midnight Mayhem. Ito sila Sir Oriel, sila Boss Cads, and of course sa mga shoutcasters na nakasama ko dito. I've learned a lot. Pero tuloy pa rin ang suporta natin dito sa Midnight Mayhem. And again, guys, it's been a pleasure. Thank you so much.
You're very much welcome, Sir G. And I think may kita ka pa namin in the future, hopefully, sa mga future tournaments pa ng, na i-cover dito ng Midnight Mayhem. So guys, no, we're gonna take a break until the next game. And I think the next game that we will be watching would be Team Secret versus Vici Gaming. No? So abang-abang lang kayo dyan, guys. Huwag kayong aalis. We'll be back. Abang-abangan nyo yung real live ng Midnight Mayhem. So sa mga hindi pa naka-follow dyan sa Midnight Mayhem, simple lang instruction. Just follow Midnight Mayhem and click nyo lang yung notification bell dyan para ma-notify kayo once we are live. So again, this is Graham and this is Sir G with me casting. Maraming salamat sa inyong panonood. Kita-kits on to the next series, mga kaibigan. Kumain muna kayo, take your dinner, and kita-kits mamaya.
3, 2, 1.
This is Keanu Reeves, and welcome to Rush Lane. Rush Lane is a new intense multiplayer racing game where you can compete against real players to win real money. set in the towering crime-filled metropolis of Hub City. Here, champions put their life on the line for glory, power, and riches in the ultimate death race, known as the Rush Lane. How does it work? Simple. Pay a small stake to jump into the next race. All the stakes go into the prize pool, so the more players, the more money there is to win. Once enough players join, the race is on. Races last just a couple of minutes and are fully automated. Rush Lane is driven by our unique physics-based randomness engine. Starting positions, track segments, and traps are all randomly generated, and we've tested over 10,000 races to ensure no player has any advantage over another. Cheer on your racer as they scream down the winding city streets and through mysterious alternate worlds filled with dangerous traps and pitfalls. The first player to cross the finish line wins the biggest share of the prize pool. But don't worry, the top few finishes are also in the mix to win. The exact number of winners will change depending on how many players were in the race. The more players, the more winners. Rush Lane is live 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, so you can jump into the action anytime you want. Good luck out there, racers. Only on Rivalry.com.